Oh, can you stop the share
Yes.
so you can see my face and your face, and then we'll start that. Okay, cool. Welcome, guys. It is Wellness Wednesday. Again, another week. Aren't we blessed? My name's Angel Falk. I'm the fitness angel, and I'm here in Franklin, Tennessee. But I'm super excited. My beautiful, wonderful friend, Barbara Sipes, who is a holistic nutritionist, will be sharing today. Most of us know that plant foods are healthy, right? Does everybody agree with that? Plant foods are healthy, right? And plant foods are not only good for you, but they could save your life. So I'm so excited. That's a really strong statement. And I have invited Barbara to share with us a little more, go a little deeper than that. So if you don't mind, just mute yourself out, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Barbara. She lives in Kentucky and is a mom with 2 sons. And how many grandchildren now?
5.
5 grandchildren, yes. And she's always having fun and out riding motorcycles. Yes, she rides motorcycles. Her whole family rides motorcycles. Even I saw a video with a 2-year-old riding a motorcycle. So it's a very brave and fun family. And Barbara has always had a passion for nutrition, and for different reasons. I won't go into that. Barbara might want to add a little more of that, but she is so passionate that she is a certified holistic nutritionist. She's also a fitness instructor teaching many different formats, and she's fabulous. We've gotten to work out together, and we just share a love of nutrition and helping people. I love that Barbara has a heart to serve and help people. So I'm just going to let Barbara take over and teach us what you want to teach us.
Okay, well, thank you, Angel, for that lovely introduction. I do have a slideshow, but I guess I can go ahead and share that, and then that way we'll be ready to go. So do I push share screen? There we go. Okay, so just a little bit more about my story. I have kind of always been interested in health, but when my boys started racing motorcycles, I really started to dive in a little bit more because I wanted them to be healthy and to have the energy they needed. And it takes a lot to be a professional athlete. But the catalyst that got me started in wanting to dive even deeper is when about, I guess it was in 2007, I forget the year, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. My oldest son had a pretty dramatic injury. Now they've had injuries all through, that's part of racing motorcycles, but this one was pretty traumatic. He crashed on a double, and he broke a bone in his neck, his nose, his sternum, several ribs, collapsed the lung, and the lung thing was the scariest part. But so we were in the hospital for about 4 days while they drained his lung and allowed it to inflate and everything. And he had a race coming up in 2 weeks after that, and he wanted to do it. And so on the last day, he asked the doctor, said, this is what I do, and I have a race in 2 weeks. Do you think I can do it? And he said, well, your lung is inflated, so I don't think that would be a problem, but I don't think you would be able to handle the pain of the other things. And when he just smiled, my son, I knew that he was determined to make it happen. So we ended up, we were recommended to a holistic doctor and nutritionist in South Carolina, and we went straight from the hospital to there because other riders had been to him, and he had done things that helped them to heal faster, get them back on track. So we just went down there and spent a week, and his wife, who was the nutritionist, showed us all kinds of foods. I learned a whole lot of things I'd never learned before. I'd never had an avocado, which is like my favorite thing in the world now. I had never had one until I went there. But anyway, all in all, after a week being there, the doctor did some holistic therapies on him, some, magnet therapy, just different things. But anyway, in the end, it was really dramatic how much better he was. And 2 weeks later, he was on a motorcycle and he raced that race. So after that, I decided, I need to know more. I want to know more. I want to be able to help people. So fast forward. So I did a lot of self-study, and then we had family members that, had cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, just different things made me decide that, what, I want to take it to the next level and learn as much as I can. So in 2017, I went to school to be a nutritionist, and I'm here today. So I'm fairly new, but I'm learning every day and continue to learn. So I'll share some things with you that I know, some things that you'll probably already know for sure, but we'll just go through it. So the title of my thing is The Greatest Wealth is Health. Nutrition can save your life. And that's true, because we can have everything in the world, but if we are sick, if we don't have our health, then, it's not as important. So the health needs to be our priority. And for too many people, it's not. And that's the thing that I want to help people to understand. So if I can figure out how to go to the next thing. So this is my first slideshow here. Caesar, do you know which button I push?
You're doing great. Is there like an arrow button on the right?
I just started music for you. Hang on.
Yeah, so
Turn that off, or Facebook will block me again, as usual.
there you go.
No, I don't even know if it was on. Oh, it's Spotify. Sorry.
That's okay. She's a
Okay.
instructor also.
No
So
problem.
I can share.
You may have to just.
Guys, I hadn't practiced this because I didn't know it would be so hard to go to the next slide. Let's see. Anybody else? This is Microsoft PowerPoint. Anyone else know how to do it?
Do you want to start a Microsoft PowerPoint?
Well, I have one. That's what's up. I just want to go to the next
The next slide.
slide,
Okay.
and I can't figure out what button to push.
Okay,
and,
so you want to do, you can do the page down button on your keyboard, or
Oh, I knew. See, Caesar's here for a reason, so he can help us.
That's right. It's a team. It's a team effort. We work together.
or you can click your right mouse button and it'll advance as well.
Okay,
Or your-
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I can't see all of my screen, but I hope you can. But I love the quote by Jim Rohn that take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.
Yeah, we're not seeing your
the
screen.
first slide.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
We're still seeing the first slide.
Oh. Well, I went to the second one. Let's see.
Probably you're not sharing your
Zoom
screen.
share. Now, can you see
Yeah,
it?
there, yep.
Yes,
Now we can see it.
I see it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, technology. Thought I had it down. Okay, so take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. And so many times we kind of forget about that, we want this body to last a long time. So we have to do the things, give it the things that it needs. And as we always say, prevention is always better than cure. Because so oftentimes we don't start thinking about health until we lose it. And then we're backpedaling. We're trying to get back our health, and it's always a little bit harder that way. Well, now I'm doing, whenever I, now it's not moving for me, so when I don't know, it's not going down with the down arrow button or the right click. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yes.
Maybe it's just on a delay too. Okay, so just some evidence of that. According to the National Center of Health and Statistics, fewer than 1 in 10 U.S. adults and adolescents eat enough fruits and veggies. And the recommended servings, 9 to 16 servings a day. 8 out of 10 Americans have a gap in their phytonutrient intake from plants. So we're not eating enough plants, and I guess they did a survey, but especially the blues, the purples, and the greens. And I know a lot of people who just don't like green foods. They don't want any green vegetables and that kind of thing. And they're so very important. And at least half of the children worldwide ages 6 to 5 years suffer from 1 or more micronutrient deficiencies. And globally, more than 2 billion people are affected. So that's huge. We have a very, very sick nation. people are on the go. You know, we're not cooking anymore. We're so busy that we don't make nutrition a priority, and it's starting to show up. We have a lot of obesity, diabetes is on the rise, heart disease, cancer, you know, the list goes on. And there's a way that we can make a difference with that. Okay, so I don't know, I guess it'll switch when it wants to.
I love that. And you think about the blues, the purples, and the greens, and it says we have a gap. We're just not getting enough. People don't realize a lot of people I know will eat blueberries, you know, once a week and think that's enough. That is not enough.
Right.
It says there's a micronutrient deficiency
In children, you know, so children aren't getting enough.
Yeah.
Which I'm also a school teacher, so I know, you know, or, you know, I'm a former school teacher, so just watching what the kids like to eat, the candy they bring, all the things they have in their backpack and stuff, you know, and that's what they do. And they stay after school for activities. They go to the vending machine, and they're just not getting what they need. And I really just wish this would just very easily switch to the next one.
Right.
I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, wait, I see an arrow here. I might have figured it out.
I see it. All right.
Okay, so what it is, we are in the dangerous trap of the SAD diet, the standard American diet. We eat out too much. Fast food is the mainstay for so many people, and those types of foods are pro-inflammatory. They're full of chemicals and toxins. They have no nutrition because they're not even real food. And I know a lot of teenagers that's what they live on, McDonald's and Taco Bell and that kind of stuff, and they're in their formative years. So that's really a concern to me, that they don't understand what they need, and so many parents don't. So I love this little picture. I added a lot of pictures because I like that, I guess, as a teacher, and I think it helps make a connection. But you are what you eat, so don't be fast, cheap, easy, or fake. And I think that's good advice.
I agree. I agree very much.
I wanted to share this. One of my assignments when I was in school was to buy a Happy Meal and just keep it and observe it. So this is a hamburger that I bought 3 years ago from McDonald's. So I want you to just notice it is dried out, but there is not a speck of mold. It has not deteriorated other than being dry. So if you think about that, if you had some hamburger at home and you had it for 3 years, what would happen? Anybody want to tell me?
It would get rotten.
It would mold. It would stink. It would be awful. This has no smell. It doesn't stink. And again, no mold, nothing other than that it is extremely dry. And I'm anxious. I'm going to keep it. I mean, I'm just going to keep keeping it. And I want to see how long it takes for it to just completely disintegrate. But it's just like a French fry you find in your car after months or years, or a used car you buy. You know, it's very dry, but it's still a French fry. It hasn't molded, but a potato would. So we have to realize that kind of food is not real food. And that kind of food is not going to give us any nutrition. It's not going to give our bodies what it needs. And that's a trend we need to work on changing. Mm-hmm. As Hippocrates says, all disease begins in the gut. And that's true. 80% of our immune system is in our gut. So when it gets out of balance, then it affects our entire body. But on the positive side, good health also begins in the gut, because when we give it what it needs, we can not only make changes to issues and reverse issues that we have and be healthy, but also if we get to people soon enough while they are healthy, or children, we can prevent those diseases and those problems from happening. So we can have good health by taking care of our gut, and we can help reverse some things, or to feel better when we take a gut that's out of balance and get it back in balance. So let me move this over a little bit. Oh, now it's just switching like crazy. Okay, so one thing that happens when we have a poor diet, or we are exposed to environmental toxins, which we are every day. You know, we have vehicle smoke, we have pollution, things that are sprayed in the air, even your personal care products, things that cleaners in your home, all those kinds of things are chemicals, and they affect our body. And inside our body, free radicals form. And and free radicals form just naturally too in our body. So when we eat and we digest, we form free radicals. When we exercise, when we so many processes. And free radicals are also good sometimes if we have a virus or a bacteria, because they can work to try to eliminate that and attack that. But the problem comes when we get overwhelmed with free radicals, and just daily life that happens. We're constantly bombarded, you know, with Wi-Fi, EMF radiation, our cell phone towers, so many things. So that's what we have to try to guard against is the overpopulation of free radicals, because it leads to DNA damage, cell damage. So I like this little picture. It says free radicals are like robbers, which are deficient in energy. Free radicals attack and snatch energy from other cells to satisfy themselves. So our cells, our molecules have electrons, and a free radical is missing one. So what it does when they're in your body, it seeks out healthy cells so it can take one of those electrons. And when that happens, the healthy cell becomes damaged. And when we have lots and lots of free radicals and we don't do something to combat that, we end up getting lots of damaged cells, which ends up leading to issues, disease, illnesses, and so forth. So you can see on the bottom, it causes, you know, can lead to things like cancer, aging, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. So it's amazing when you learn all this, that the power that we have to make changes to prevent a lot of these things from happening. So with free radicals, we have oxidative stress, and that is caused, there's a list of things here, and there's so much more, but just diet, medications that we take, the fast food like McDonald's, water pollution, air pollution, not eating enough fruits and vegetables, even excessive exercise. You know, exercise is good, but you can actually over-exercise, and that just causes a lot of oxidative stress and free radicals to form. Or if you're not getting enough exercise. So there's a balance there that you have to look for. And oxidative stress can lead to I'm thinking about politics, inflammation in the body, and inflammation is a precursor to disease. So I love this graphic also, showing what oxidative stress does to a cell. It's kind of like a tomato, and after it sits for a while, it starts to become damaged, it starts to rot, and then you see the end result. The same thing, we have a normal cell, free radicals attack it, steal electrons, and then you see the cell that has oxidative stress, and it starts to deteriorate, and then it can't function. You know, all of our cells have a function, and it can't function in the body as efficiently or effectively, and sometimes not at all, depending on how bad it's damaged. So this is something Dr. Odom talks a lot about, and you can feel free to jump in, Dr. Odom, if you want to. But poor nutrition, oxidative stress, all of these things can lead to a condition called leaky gut. And that's where we have these little gaps. We have the intestinal wall, and it gets these little gaps in it, these little holes in it that allows, when we digest and it all comes through the digestive tract, it allows it to seep back out into the bloodstream, and that causes all kinds of problems. And studies have shown a large amount of people, many people have leaky gut, may not even know they have it, but it's a very prevalent problem. And you can see some of the effects that it can have. You know, affects the brain, depression, anxiety, ADHD, you know, autoimmune diseases like Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, Graves' disease, sinus problems, colds, food sensitivities, skin issues, joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia, headaches, Fatigue is an indication. One thing I learned in school is fatigue, especially chronic fatigue, is a high indication of a disease process either forming, or has completely formed. So we want to keep an eye on that. And then colon issues, constipation, diarrhea, IBS, and so forth. So leaky gut is very disruptive. And remember that our immune system, 80% is in our gut. So when our gut is messed up, when it's out of balance, our whole body is going to be out of balance. So what can we do about it? I'm going to see if I've lost my cursor. There it is. Okay, so what can we do about all these things that are coming at us and taking our health? One thing that we need to really focus on is getting lots and lots of antioxidants in our body. Antioxidants are very protective and help stop free radicals from damaging our cells and causing issues. So I love this little graphic too, showing we have this free radical, and it's attacking a healthy cell to steal an electron. You see that the free radical has one missing. And if we have plenty of good, healthy cells and antioxidants in there, then the antioxidant can replace that electron and keep the cell from being damaged. The problem is that unless we're eating a wide variety of plants and fruits and vegetables, primarily in our diet, every day, like Dr. Odom says, then we don't have enough of those circulating in our bloodstream to have the effect we want, and the free radicals can take over. So I just wanted to talk about phytonutrients, our plant compounds that are so beneficial to our body. And phytonutrients serve as antioxidants, and fruits and vegetables have antioxidants in them. So I just wanted to show this. I know this has been shown before, but we have, some people talking about, well, I'll eat what I want, I'll take vitamins, and then I'll get everything that I need. And it's just not true. One, multivitamins are not whole plant foods, so many of them are synthetic ingredients, isolated compounds, and we don't absorb, our body doesn't know how to deal with those as well, and we don't absorb them as well. But in fruits and vegetables, as you can see the list of vitamins, but the fruits and vegetables have thousands and thousands of phytonutrients and compounds in them that work together in synergy to create health. So it makes sense that if we really want to get as much in our body as we can in a wide variety, that we want to focus on plant foods because they have everything we need. So in addition to that, they have, vitamins and minerals and what's the other word I'm looking for? Vitamins, minerals, what's the other word?
Phytonutrients.
There's a test. Well, phytonutrients, there was something else I was thinking of too, but so all of those are also
micronutrients.
Micronutrients, all of those are micronutrients. Thank you, Dr. Odom. But those are also found in our foods. So everything we need is right there. So I love this picture. We talk about eating the rainbow. It's not, a lot of people like 2 or 3 vegetables, and they don't like a whole lot of them, and they tend to eat the same ones every day. And while eating those is great, we really need a wide variety because each plant, each vegetable, each fruit has its own makeup of phytonutrients. They're not all the same. So we want to have a wide variety so that we can benefit from all the different things. And all of those things have purposes within our body. So we want to do that. So very important. So that leads me to, it's very, very important and most important to eat a good, healthy diet and to learn what that is and to learn to expand your palate, to try things, to add in as many different things as you can. But it's very hard sometimes, and some people are resistant. But also because we are also busy and we're on the run, we need something that can help bridge the gap to what we don't eat. And Juice Plus is that very thing, because Juice Plus is just whole food. It is herbicide free, pesticide free, no additives, non-GMO, and it contains, right there in that picture, that's the trio, that's the fruits, the veggies, and the berries. And between those three, you're getting 30 different, wide variety of fruits and vegetables and berries. And it's so simple to add this to our daily intake. And then we also have, I didn't talk a lot about, I didn't know how much to add and how much time it was going to take, but omega fatty acids, essential fatty acids. Our body can't make these, so we have to get them from our food. And most people are familiar with getting them from fish oils and krill oil and those types of things. But Juice Plus has an amazing vegan plant-based omega blend, so we don't have to worry about, the contaminants that come with fish, the mercury and those types of things. And also, this one comes right from the source. Fish eat algae, and they don't have omega-3s naturally. They eat the algae, and then they have omega-3s in their body, and then you consume that. But this is straight from the source. It's made from algae and different plant oils. It doesn't have a terrible taste, no fishy aftertaste or whatever. And it also doesn't just contain omega-3. It has 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So it's really an awesome product. And it's something that we must have in our body. And then finally, Juice Plus Complete Protein Shake. I absolutely love. I do it every day. I do it on the shred twice a day, and sometimes when I'm not on the shred. But it is a whole food-based protein powder. It's got 15 different plant powders in it. It has grains, whole grains, 14 grams of protein. It's low glycemic, and it tastes delicious. And it's just a great way to add in some extra plant powder, some extra nutrition for breakfast or for dinner or for a snack. And I really, really love it, and I really, really recommend it. And finally, we talk about nutrition and how important it is to have it, but we have to, when we go to the store, I don't know about you, but when I buy a box of spinach or, a tub of spinach, in no time, I might get a couple servings, and then it starts to sting and starts to go bad, and then I've wasted that money and I don't have anything spinach to eat. But the reason is when we buy stuff in the store, it is usually shipped from all over the place, and we don't know how long it has, from the time it was picked, from the time you pick produce, it starts losing nutritional value every day. So it's picked, let's say it's picked in California, and then it's harvested, it's, goes through the process, and it's shipped across the United States to us. It's been on the road for a long time. It's lost a lot of nutritional value already. And so when we buy it at the store, it doesn't have lasting value, nor is it as nutritious as something we actually grew ourselves. So what I love is the Tower Garden, because it's doesn't use dirt. It's hydroponic. It grows vegetables and fruits and things very, very quickly. It's easy to do. Anyone can do it. And then you can pick straight from the garden while it's at its maximum nutrient density and enjoy it. And you don't have to worry about it going bad and or where it came from and who's handled it and that kind of thing. So I think the Tower Garden is just an amazing thing. And the picture on the right is just showing in some places there are communities that set them up for their communities. Schools use them. They're in airports, restaurants. So they really are an amazing, amazing product. So finally, just a quote by T. Colin Campbell: "Good nutrition creates health in all areas of our existence. All parts are interconnected." So we just have to always remember, everything works together. Everything needs to be in balance to have the best health. You can't have a bad gut and expect everything else to be good. We have to nourish our entire body, give it what it needs, and so that we can have optimal health. And that's what I want for everyone. That's all.
That was beautiful. Let's see your face again.
Oh, you want to see me? Okay, let's
Yes,
see.
I want to
Let's
see
figure
you.
out how to do that.
I want to see everybody. Yeah, I love that.
Hang on, I'm gonna move this. I think I gotta move you guys out of the way. There we go. Okay.
Now we're back. That was beautiful, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was great. Does anybody have a question or a comment you want to add?
Oh, that was a great job. Great, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
covered the basis. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I got a question about, the process of rebuilding cells that were damaged. I think that's an interesting idea. And so is that possible? So once the cells are damaged, does Juice Plus, in fact, help you to fix them? Or
Yes,
do
it
they
is
continue
possible.
to be? Oh, okay.
Yes, it is possible. Dr. Odom, do you want to expound on that even more?
Just briefly, you're doing a great job. The body is a healing machine, and it heals, and it breaks all the time, and it gets damaged and injured all the time, every day, 24/7. So, but it's constantly rebuilding, but it has to have the proper components. And that's what Juice Plus, that's what plant food, that's what 87.5% of every plate, every meal, every day provides, so we can heal. Because the body is very fragile, and but at the same time, it's very it's very
Resilient.
tenacious. What'd you say?
I said resilient too.
Well, you're right. It has just this ability to get back to the state of health, and but we have to help the body. We have to provide the nutrition, and you can't do it for 1 week out of the month or 10 days like our 10-day shred. It's every day, because what you eat today is pretty much used up within 24 hours. And it's why we eat more than one meal a day. And it's why we consume Juice Plus consistently every day. So, but yes, the body has this innate ability to heal. We just
Awesome.
have to continue to give it what it needs.
So I saw one of your slides, Barbara, you had the wine in an arrow going into the free radicals, which is kind of concerning to me because I like wine. I have to confess.
Well,
So how much of wine can, I guess, create free radicals? So do you have a guideline, Dr. Odom, or?
And
I
can
don't
you
have
pull
the
can you
number.
pull that visual back up, Barbara?
Well, quite possibly. Let me see.
I bet you can.
But the big thing is moderation.
Yeah, well, see, how much is the moderation part? That's the question.
Well, the what I've been told, it's typically 1 drink for women and 2
There.
drinks for
Yeah, you
men per
passed it.
day. But
You
if
passed it. You
I'm
passed it.
sorry.
You passed it.
Oh, I passed it. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
talking and
There
there it is. Okay, and
See
also you guys are in front of it. There we go.
yeah.
So do you want to add to that, Dr. Odom?
I want to better understand what that is saying. What are these other things? I can't. It's kind of blurred on my screen. What are the things that the arrows are pointing?
Well, you've got exhaust from a car. You've got toxic chemicals there in the bottom. Those are like the little cans with the poison thing on it.
Yeah.
And I believe the next picture are just foods, like fast foods. And we have the wine. And quite honestly,
What is right above the wine there? I think your cursor's on it, right?
yeah, I'm trying to see. It is kind of small. I can't remember what
I'm thinking that was cleaning supplies.
it may be.
Anyway, the answer to this is my opinion. The answer to almost everything contributes to free radicals, to producing free radicals. You could have the best diet, but when you're going through the process of digestion, you're going to be creating free radicals. We know that exercise is good for us, but the more you do, the more free radicals. It's why elite athletes need help even more. Ellen just said cigarettes. So that brings me to this point. Moderation, in my opinion, is not the answer, because no number of cigarettes are good for you, even in moderation.
Cigarettes.
And I can't tell whether that's a wine bottle. I'm assuming it is, and a wine glass. But in my opinion, what is good in wine is the grape, and it's not the wine itself. Surely it's not alcohol, because alcohol is another whole subject. But depending on your source of wine and so forth, and I know this is your concern, Caesar, is you don't want to give up your wine, and I can't blame you. So study after study has said this, though: 1 to 2 glasses of wine for a man and 1 glass of wine for a woman, and I think that's only because men are larger.
On a single sitting.
Is probably beneficial for you, especially
Yeah.
if it's red wine.
Okay.
So
And is
I
that
wouldn't,
on
I
a
wouldn't
single?
worry too much about either one of those. In fact,
Okay.
I've heard so much positive information about coffee. People are always asking me about coffee, and can I have a cup, and can I do this? And there are a lot of studies that show that coffee is beneficial. So I wouldn't try to isolate too many things, too many foods, too many food sources. What you're looking at, you're really looking at big concepts. And when you're talking about free radicals and neutralizing them and the role that antioxidants play, virtually every plant food is full of antioxidants, some much more concentrated, and some have, and you showed the slide that said, you showed the slide that said, I'm sorry, I got, the slide that showed 100,000 phytonutrients. They're all good for us. There's not any that are really bad for us, and there's not any one that's so much better than all the others. So the answer is, in my opinion, we need all of them. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be so detail oriented that I would pick out a food. In fact, in my opinion, any diet or any nutrition avenue should be frowned upon if it talks about removing entire food groups, and that even includes animal source. So that's just my opinion. So don't be too critical if you miss a day. Don't be too critical if you have a piece of birthday cake, if you have a glass of wine. What we're trying to do in this Red 10 is we're trying to be perfect or close to it for 10 days. So I don't know if anybody's still on the call or if everybody's.
Can you stop the share button?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Anyway, you did a great job, and I don't want to make any other comments except that I thought it was really, really good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is to, try to eat the best you can and avoid, the fast foods as much as possible. But, you don't have to be perfect all the time if you're giving your body the things that you need most of the time.
Awesome. Thank you, Barbara.
That was very well said. It's the things you do day after day, the consistency, and that's why it's so important. If you do take our plant powders, you got to take them every day. You can't take half a dose, skip a day, half a dose. You're not going to get the benefit. Of course, anything's better than nothing. It's so important to be consistent. And I have read when you're over 50, you need more. If you're an athlete, you need more. If you've ever had a chronic illness, you need more. So we just have to remember to add more good. And when you add more good, your body starts craving more good. And you start wanting to eat more fruits and vegetables. So it's a wonderful cycle. And we just have a simple solution for anybody. So I always want to close out these talks giving you 3 options. Number 1, learn more. We have free resources. Ask the person who invited you to this call, or comment if you're on Facebook that I want more information, and we'll send you some free resources. Number 2, you're like, I want to get on these plant powders. I need these in my body every day because I don't eat enough. And you can get complimentary fruits and vegetables for your child or a child that you want to sponsor. It could be a grandchild, niece or nephew, neighbor. And then number 3, my favorite option is join us. It's only $52 a year to be part of our mission. You get all the resources you need to share this. You get the support system of all of us who are already part of the mission. We work together, one team, one mission, and our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So we're looking for more people to teach on these wonderful antioxidants that we have. So thank you guys for joining. Feel free to share it. It's on my Facebook page if you want to share it. And then I do have the recording I'm going to save to my YouTube channel, so you can share that as well. All right.
Thanks,
you.
Angel.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you in the UK.
Bye, Angel.
Good to see you. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Good presentation.
All right, thank you.
See you
Thank
soon.
you,
Thanks, Barbara.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.